aka kenu nyamen ñinam programme te mum dina laale Gambian Talents TV arabo araba ka bo talen nani foka jitala luluka nin ko aka kenu nyamen ñi ado ni ciosano le fere nin ko ado ni ciosano akita ko mu yanu ka mabo tale nañu jamano molo mu yalon ko fa ya ado ni ciosano la mbake molo mu yalon ko fana ya ado ni ciosano la bari man fin kankuran la maño bito hani fa kaseboyo ntakadi touré mbina lalije ko kuwal natale mungu ka ado ni ciosano la kuwala ani Gambian Talents TV ado ni ciosano tamabulale koteke albulan noma kona fale nyame arabo arabalo ado ni ciosano ani te touré muso fen tamabula kotek
Mamat Ocham, the Director of Admin and Personnel, Lieutenant Colonel Bunja Dabo, Mr. Victor Okoli of the Global Youth Leaders Network, Mr. Ibrahima M. Toure, who is the country representative of the Global Youth Leaders Network here in the Gambia, Amadou A. Jallo, also of the Global Youth Leaders Network, also a member of that association. I am Major Lamin Kesanya, the Director of Press and Public Relations, Gambia Armed Forces. Members of the press and all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. You are all welcome here at the Defense Headquarters in Banjul, where we are gathered to witness the presentation of an award and a certificate to the Gambia Armed Forces by the Global Youth Leaders Network. You may all recall that the Gambia Armed Forces, way back around 17th of March, started a sensitization drive to educate our personnel as well as members of the public on the preventive measures against the coronavirus, that is COVID-19. And several measures have been taken by the armed forces in the form of audios, circulars have been sent to our battalions, as well as some videos, clips were also made, all towards enhancing the knowledge and understanding of our personnel and members of the public as to how to prevent themselves from this global pandemic. Several organizations and philanthropists in the country came to our aid to support all these efforts that the Gambia Armed Forces Command has been putting in place to sensitize our personnel. This morning we have in our midst the Global Youth Leaders Network that is here to present an award and also a certificate to the Gambia Armed Forces. And this is in recognition of our efforts and our sensitization in this COVID-19. Without further ado, I have the singular honor and privilege to kindly invite Victor Okoli, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Global Youth Leaders Network, to deliver his remarks. Victor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Lieutenant General M. Ocham, the entire team of the Gambia Armed Forces, my colleagues here present, and the media. I bring greetings to you from our international headquarters in South Africa, the Global Youth Leaders Network, based in South Africa. First of all, the Global Youth Leaders Network is an international youth organization that seems to intend and work in creating opportunities for young people and providing skill training and development opportunities for young people. Most at times, we understand that young people are shut out of global, continental, and regional spaces, very important decision-making spaces. The reason is because of the ill-conceived assertion about young people. They are often looked at as carriers of violence and other ill engagements. So, but the Global Youth Network is here to rebrand the image of young people, make them look acceptable, and change this perception the society and the world has long held about young people, that every conflict you see, every negative thing you see must be young people. So this is what we're trying to mitigate, change this perception, and that is why in doing this, there are institutions that we've been partnering with, died in the process. There have been organizations that have been putting in a lot of resources, taking a lot of risk, knowing how contagious this disease is. And yet, they put their lives, resources, and expertise on the line in order to mitigate, in order to fight the pandemic, and save the world and save lives. So on the side of GAF, the Gambia Armed Forces, we recommended GAF for the following reasons. GAF is, as we all know, is mandated with the responsibility to provide territorial, to protect the territorial integrity of the nation, the Gambia. And yet, they from time to time, step out of these boundaries to provide social, engage in social engagement in the social circle, to provide services. I remember that we've organized a couple of panel sessions in this nation, including the last Students' Day at the Gambia College, and GAF, the institution GAF, was fully involved. Anytime we call them for any engagement, any activity, they're always there and on time. So I want to really appreciate them based on this and the effort they put in the fight against COVID-19 in creating the video. And when we talk about video, other people did video, a couple of documentaries, both audio and video documentaries. But the video that GAP did was exceptional. The reason is this. It was a voiceless video that created opportunity for even people with difficulties in hearing to be able to benefit from the message being communicated by them through that video. So we really appreciate it. They accommodated everyone in that video and in the message they sent out. So based on these reasons and the other engagements, resources, and even personnel they put in the fight against COVID-19, that's why we are here today, representing our secretariat in South Africa, the Global Leaders Network, to honor GAF and present them with this certificate of award. And this certificate is also being presented to individuals and organizations in over 60 countries that have made outstanding impact in the fight against COVID-19. So we once again, on behalf of Global Youth Leaders Network, I want to appreciate them, and we hope they accept this award with great honor and joy. And we pray and expect that this relationship we have created and enhancing today through the presentation of this certificate will continue and yield better and much more profitable dividends. So I want to once again thank our father in the Gambian Armed Forces, representing the big man himself, Lieutenant General M.O. Cham, the media, my colleagues. I thank you all.
Thank you very much. May I now kindly invite, we still have to do the presentation, symbolic presentation to the Chief of Defense Staff. So you want to do it there?
No, we can do it there.
Good afternoon, Mr. Akoli, representing the Global Youth Leaders Network, and colleagues, Mr. Toure and Mr. Jallo, the Director of Admin and Personnel, Lieutenant Colonel Bunja Dabo, the PRO of the Gambia Armed Forces, Major Lamin K. Sanyang, all of the protocols respectfully observed, members of the press, good morning and thank you for coming to the Defense Headquarters this afternoon. On behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff of the Gambia Armed Forces, Major General Yankuba Drame, it is my honor and rare privilege to receive on behalf of the officers and men of the Gambia Armed Forces this certificate of appreciation from our valuable partners in development, represented here today by Mr. Akoli of the Global Youth Leaders Network from South Africa. We've listened keenly to the remarks that was given, and we are highly delighted for the recognition that a reputable organization like yours is giving the members of the armed forces in the fight against this global pandemic, the COVID-19. I think this is a very serious challenge to all societies, with the Gambia being not an exception. A pandemic of this nature, as has been demonstrated, has the potential to not only, kill people, but also to stop all other socio-economic activities of societies. And in recognition of that danger to society, that was why in the initial inception, the Gambia Armed Forces took it upon itself to, in line with its secondary mandate of coming to the aid of the civil authorities in terms of national disaster, to come up with that audio so as to sensitize the general public on the dangers of this pandemic and probably to educate them on how we can collectively fight it in our individual ways. Of course, as has been highlighted, youths in every society are not only the muscle power of the society, but also they are the future of the society. And therefore, I appeal and all youths of the Gambia to take this pandemic very seriously and to be the change agents for society, to make sure that through our actions, we try to educate and pass the message to our people that this is a dangerous enemy, an invisible enemy, which we can only defeat if we act responsibly, observe the guidelines given by the WHO and the health ministry in observing social distancing and doing the best practices that world over have been proven to be the only effective weapon at the moment towards stopping this pandemic. The COVID-19 is a serious challenge to our socio-economic well-being, and then as it affects everybody, we all owe it to ourselves, especially the youths, to be more proactive in making sure that we fight this pandemic and make sure that we rid our country of the pandemic. Coming back to our partners in development, I want to assure you that the Gambia Armed Forces is always ready to do whatever it can to make sure that positively we contribute in our own little ways towards positively influencing and improving the welfare and the well-being of our societies. On that note, I want to thank you and to assure you that together we are always ready to work towards the socio-economic betterment of the country. On that note, on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff and the officers and men of the Gambia Armed Forces, I want to thank the Global Youth Leaders Network and to assure you that we are always ready and willing to partner with you and any other responsible civil society organization towards the development and betterment of this country, especially in these challenging times of COVID-19. On that note, I thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. Well done.
Thank you, and I think that brings us to the end. Where we'll have just a group photo.
Okay. Well done. Thank you.
Aka kenu nyameng ñinam programme oti mum dina lale Gambian Talents TV arabo araba kabo talent nani foka jitala lulu ka nin ko aka kenu nyame ñi ado ni ciosano le fere nin ko ado ni ciosano akita ko walti mu yanu ka mabo tale nañu jamano molo mu yalon ko fa ya ado ni ciosano la mbake molo mu yalon ko fana ya ado ni ciosano la bari man fin kankuran wala maño bito hani fa kaseboyo nte kadi ture mbina lalije ko kuwal natale mungu ka ado ni ciosano la kuwala anin Gambian Talents TV ado ni ciosano tamabulale koteke albulan noma kona fale nyame arabo arabalo ado ni ciosano anin te ture muso fen tamabula koteke